Without a college education, it is significantly harder to achieve what we deem as success in this society, or let alone achieve what we call the American dream. Education opens the door to a successful future and in turn social mobility. So if we depend on the fundamental benefits of education, why is the cost so high? And how is it fair that students graduating from college with a 4-year degree are drowning in debt before they even start their own careers?
We are the Students for Affordable Education, and we believe that education is a right, not a privilege. We are here to enlist your support in increasing funding for higher education within this country. More specifically, we're here to get you guys on board with the College for All Act. Recently, there have been severe cuts made to the higher education budget here in Georgia. This goes along with the fact that tuition costs have been increasing steadily. Furthermore, in 2011, cuts were made to the Hope Scholarship Program, making it even more difficult for in-state students to retain their scholarships. These factors have made college even more inaccessible in certain parts of society. Therefore, we feel the best solution is to make all 4-year public colleges tuition-free for all those that are admitted. If there are any doubts about the effectiveness of such a program, just look back to the GI Bill of 1944, in which millions of veterans returning home from World War II received high-quality, higher education, and the result was a post-war economic miracle. Our efforts will not be very easy, but know this: when young individuals like us come together, unite, organize, and use our voices, those in power will have no choice but to listen to us.
By the time they graduate, most students are going to be leaving with a lot more than just a tacky polyester robe and a copy of Oh, the Places You'll Go that their tearful aunt got them. They'll be leaving with this.
7 of 10 graduating students left college last year in debt. The total bill due for students in America tops $1 trillion.
That's right. Student debt in the US is now bigger than debt from credit cards and auto loans, and is second only to mortgages.
So, the College for All Act has recently been brought to Congress by Senator Bernie Sanders, and it's the first major action taken by a U.S. representative to completely open higher education to all individuals, rich or poor. Now, the legislation plans to eliminate tuition at all public colleges and universities by having the federal government pay for 67% of the tuition and the states pay the other 33%. Now, in return for states that follow this, they'll be mandated $47 billion per year to increase the academic opportunities for students and to hire new faculty members at these schools. And currently, over 1/3 of high school graduates don't go on to attend college, and the #1 reason, to no surprise, is the cost. Many people are opposed to the College for All Act because they don't believe in the Robin Hood tax that goes along with it. But the math has been done, and it's pretty simple, and by taxing less than 1% of all stocks and bonds and derivatives made on the stock market, the U.S. federal government can raise hundreds of billions of dollars per year. Now, this money is not just going to be given to degenerates on the street, like a lot of people say it will be, but instead it's being given to people to have a chance at the American dream that they never had before. We're not asking that universities just give out degrees. Instead, we're just asking for the opportunity for everyone to have the chance to earn one.
So why should we even think about supporting the College for All Act? Just looking at the modern numbers, it makes sense. Since 2008, 48 states have decreased their funding per student. An average is 23% less per student. In Georgia, that's 24.8%, as you can see the actual number right up there. In this time period, tuition has risen 50% at 4-year public universities. In Georgia, it's risen 66%, one of the highest numbers in the nation. And during this time period, average median American incomes has stagnated. Like John Oliver said, tuition debt is now over $1 trillion. That's an increase of 20% adjusted for inflation. Just looking at the numbers, it's obvious something has to be done.
In conclusion, we do not have the time nor the patience to let this continue in the future. Campaigns right now are talking about their promises for the higher education funds, but it really is our responsibility as students to get this started who are struggling between our financial and our educated future. Lyndon B. Johnson once said, "Very often a lack of jobs and money is not the cause of poverty, but the symptom. The cause may lie deeper in our failure to give our fellow citizens a fair chance to develop their own capacities and a lack of education and training." So this being said, I encourage you all to support the funding of higher education, specifically the College for All Act, because once again, education is a right, it is not a privilege.